Alrighty, the MLB Draft First Round just ended. They're in the compensation round right now. So right now, I'm going to go over my best and worst picks of the first round so far. And Ty Madden, surprisingly, didn't even get selected in the first round. There's a lot of weird stuff that happened in this draft, and that's what it made it so exciting, in my opinion. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do in today's video. But before I get into this video, 92% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. So go ahead and get your life together and hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like. And let's go ahead and get into this video. We'll start off with the bright side, the best picks in the 2021 draft. We'll go best, worst, best, worst, best, worst. You get it. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this video here. So, one of the best picks, I think, we're going to go at number 4. The Boston Red Sox got Marcelo Meyer, a shortstop from Eastlake High School in California. This is an exceptional pick, with this guy being the consensus #1 pick in a lot of people's eyes. And luckily, I didn't pick that. But for Meyer, this guy has a really good hit tool with 60 hit tool. He's a great hitter. Showed flashes of the power last year at Eastlake High School in his senior year. And Eastlake High School has had a good first rounder before. You might remember him, Adrian Gonzalez. His power is on the uprise. And this guy is a really good player. Now, I know the fit's not great with Xander Bogaerts, Jeter Downs, Rafael Devers. There's a lot of infielders there, but the Red Sox will make it work, and their development system's good. And this team has a bright future as well. Like, nobody's kind of talking about it, but you've got Jeter Downs in that farm system. You've got Blaze Jordan, who you got in the third round last year. Now you've got Marcelo Meyer. Like, you are really building a very good future there. Marcelo Meyer is going to be their #1 prospect. And him there, he could play third base. He could play shortstop. He could play second base. I think he's probably going to stay at shortstop. They could play anywhere that he wants to. And that's what makes this pick so good. This is a very, very good pick. Now going on to the worst picks here. And starting off, when you think of worst picks in this draft, you have to go to number 7 overall. And you have to think about Frank Mazzacata out of East Catholic High School in Connecticut. This is just not a good pick. This guy was not even on my first round draft board, big board here, and this guy's getting selected in the first round. Now, I'm not saying I'm any draft expert here, but this guy's not a first round talent. It's simple. Frank Mazzacata was a second rounder. Like, this guy definitely, I don't think anybody would have took him until probably late first round, except the Royals at 7. Like, I think they could have had him in the second round here, but instead they want to go with him. He threw 4 no-hitters this year in a row, which is outstanding, but what's the competition? Is my question. I don't know what the competition is, and I doubt it's that great, and that's my key concern here. It's just not that great of a pick anyways. The pick, it's not a good pick, and the Royals made a mistake here. This is a pretty big mistake. They had a good draft last year getting AC Lacy in 2019. I'm pretty sure it was a Bobby Witt draft for them. They've had some good recent drafts, but this draft so far is not starting off very hot for this team. Now going back to our best picks here. And for the best picks here, you look here and you're like, Jordan Lawler. This guy's at number 6 overall to Arizona here out of Dallas Jesus Prep High School. This is a phenomenal pick. This is a very, very good pick by the Arizona Diamondbacks here. You get your shortstop for the future. Yes, you have Geraldo Perdomo. But there's exceptions that can be made for a player like Jordan Lawler. Jordan Lawler could have went 1st overall, but instead, Jordan Lawler went 6th overall, which is absolutely crazy. And Jordan Lawler might end up being the best player in this draft. He's getting Carlos Correa comparisons all the time. And he fell a little bit in this draft. Back to the worst picks, I'm going to go with Colton Cowser out of Sam Houston State for the Baltimore Orioles. This is another outfielder, and they've drafted 2 outfielders in a row. I know they're trying to set themselves up in the outfield. But I'm not a big fan of Colton Cowser. I've said this multiple times. I don't think that the competition was very good at Sam Houston State, nor was it at Boston College for Sal Frelick. And Benny Montgomery I'm not a big fan of. I'm just not a big fan of this year's outfielders. It's simple. And Colton Cowser is the same way. Colton Cowser went to Sam Houston State, and I just don't think that he is really the player that he showed to be this year. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Going back to the best picks, we're going to Khalil Watson with the Miami Marlins. This guy was top 5 on draft boards, including mine. And this guy went all the way to number 16 with Miami. There's got to be something that we just don't know here. And I think it's that he's going to go to college at North Carolina State this year. I think or next year. I think that's really it. Because there's no way that he falls this much in the draft. Like, that's crazy that he falls from a top 5 potential pick to number 16. Teams are going to be regretting that. And Khalil Watson and Jazz Chisholm in that future infield is disgusting. Next up, back to the worst picks. I'm going to go with Trey Sweeney, the shortstop out of Eastern Illinois. I know he's a good player, and I know he had a great year last year at Eastern Illinois. I'm just not a big fan of the pick, for one, because of the fit. And for two, it's just not – he's really just not that – he's not a number 20 overall pick talent, in my opinion. Trey Sweeney is a very good player. Do not get me wrong. But this is a bad pick for the Yankees, who need pitching, and they still have Jordan Wicks on the board. Ty Madden, who was a potential top 10 pick, and it's not even been drafted yet. And he just got drafted by Detroit. He just got drafted by Detroit, Paul. I'm talking. But man, Trey Sweeney, not a good pick here. I look at that one and I'm like, that's one of the worst picks. Back to the best picks of the draft. I'm going to go with Kumar Rocker for the New York Mets. Kumar Rocker was a very, very big steal here. I thought that when he fell to number 9 with the Angels, that this was for sure he was going to the Angels. But to the Mets, wow, the Mets got a steal here. The Mets have to be one of your bigger winners of the first round so far. And Kumar Rocker, man, this is a exceptional pick for a guy that was the consensus number 1 overall pick. Back to worst picks here. And if we're talking worst picks here, I know that there's not a lot of bad picks here that we can really say here. I don't like the idea of Benny Montgomery to Colorado here. I'm not a big fan of Benny Montgomery myself, but Benny Montgomery to Colorado, I'm just not a big fan. You've already got Zach Veen there and Charlie Blackmon, which is not your future, but Raimel Tapia too. I'm just not big on this, especially at number 8. I don't think that he's a top 15 pick, really, honestly. Oh my, the Brewers are selecting here. They're selecting Tyler Black, a second baseman out of Wright State. But Ryan Vidal's an outfielder as well. Brenton Delay is an outfielder as well. Like, come on, there's so many outfielders in your farm system, and you go with Benny Montgomery? No, that's a bad pick. And some of the best picks, I think another play that I can mention, Andrew Painter for the Philadelphia Phillies out of Calvary Christian Academy in Florida. He's a 6'7", and he can throw gas. This guy, Andrew Painter, going to be very, very glad that they drafted him, even though could be considered as a little bit of a reach. This is not a reach at all. Andrew Painter has control for his pitches and is a very, very good pitcher. He might take a little time to develop, but who cares? Because I think he's going to be very, very good in the major leagues. Brady House at number 11 is a pretty big steal as well. Brady House is probably their third baseman for the future. I knew that this one was going to happen. I was like, as soon as Brady House fell to 11, I was like, Brady House is definitely going to Washington here, because they see this guy as a shortstop third baseman for the future, and I see him as a third baseman. He compares to Nolan Arenado for me. Sam Bachman in the first round at number 9. I don't love that pick. I think that it could be better with Sam Bachman in the first round. It could be better. I think Kumar Rocker is going to be the better pitcher, but I understand why you would like to pick Sam Bachman here. So yeah, those are the best and worst picks of the 2021 MLB Draft. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Because like I said, 92% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. So go ahead and get your life together and hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and leave a like. Thank you for watching, and peace.